Our film's story today begins with the bunny Judy when she was performing a theatrical show about the fierce jungle system and how it evolved over time. And all the prey were able to live peacefully with their predators without fear, and that anyone could do any job when they grow up in the city of Zootopia because she wanted to become a police officer. And after the show, after it ended, her mom and dad tried to convince her to give up that dream and work in carrot farming with her 71 siblings, but she held on to her dream and didn't listen to anyone. She kept training and training and training and training and training and training until she was able to graduate from the police academy and was assigned the street and appointed. She patrolled the city, which was, of course, the lion, and she was in the assistant party. Pay attention to this name, because it will come up a lot later, and we will mention her as the first pet to be appointed in the police. After that, Judy says goodbye to all her family at the train station, and there is sadness and farewell, which I don't like. It's better to be without them, and on the way, Judy sees how beautiful the city is, and when she arrives at the residence, she finds it still joyful. Then she goes under the name of the police to receive her duties. The chief, Torglis, announced that there are 14 missing people in the city. And when it was time to assign tasks, he assigned her to traffic police, almost because he saw that traffic. She started issuing fines to all the violating cars, and suddenly she sees a fox walking suspiciously, of course, walking. On his feet, he goes behind the ice cream shop, and she finds him wanting to buy ice cream for his son. But the elephant owner of the shop is not agreeing, so she intervenes. She buys the ice cream for the child, and after a while, she finds the child with the fox, Tiki, melting the ice cream and making it into small pieces to sell to smaller animals. So Judy confronts Tiki, and he keeps mocking her on the basis that she's just a country girl who got good grades and decided to move to the city to achieve her dream. The next day, she finds a thief who has robbed a store, so she chases him until she catches him, but the manager was displeased with her actions because of some prejudice. While he is arguing with her, Mrs. Condeston comes in to report her husband's disappearance, but the manager tells her that the number of officers is not enough. So Judy says she will take on the task of finding him, and the manager tells her she has 48 hours to find him, or else she will be dismissed. Judy grabs the case file and finds the only clue, that he was eating ice cream sold by the fox, Tiki. So she goes to ask him, and of course, he acts arrogantly and refuses to help her, so she records him, that he is evading taxes and threatens him that if he doesn't help her, she will arrest him. He agrees and decides to take her to the yoga place that Condeston used to go to, and there she learns the car's number from the yoga instructor, and she has Tiki go and check it out. When they arrive there, they find that all the employees are sloths, and after night falls, they finally manage to uncover about Arabic. They found that it was in the icy part of the city, and when they went there, they found many scratches on the car and Condeston's wallet. Tiki knows that the car belongs to the biggest criminal in the city, but before they could escape, they were caught and taken to the big boss. There were already issues between him and his daughter, so he decided to freeze them, but at the last moment. His daughter intervenes and tells him that Judy was the one who saved her before, so he lets them go and decides to give them information about Condeston to repay the favor of saving his daughter. He said that he sent the car to fetch Condeston for a specific job. At that time, Condeston turned into a monster and even attacked the driver, and since then he has disappeared. The big boss advised Judy to ask the driver about him because he was the last one to see him, and the driver was living in the rainy part of the city. When they went there, he told them about Condeston's savagery and that all he would say was screams at night, when he opened the door for them before they entered. He also turned into a savage and started chasing them. Judy saved Tiki, and they informed the police to send them reinforcements. When they arrived there, Judy was telling the manager about what happened, showing him the cheetah that was handcuffed, but she found it had disappeared, and the manager didn't believe her. He told her to hand over her badge and that she was dismissed, but Tiki intervened. He told them there were still 10 hours left until the 48 hours were up, and he took her and left. On the way, Tiki talked about tragedies, his childhood to Judy, and that this was the reason he was always a con artist. So Judy, with respect, told him to start and give and be great. During the conversation, they remembered that all the streets have surveillance cameras, meaning they could find out where the cheetah went. But there was a problem that Judy didn't have the authorization to search the cameras, so she decided to seek help from Deputy Below, and when they went to her, they were able to view the cameras and found that the ones who kidnapped the driver were a group of wolves, which is why they were called the night owls. The wolves. They took him to a remote place resembling a hospital or quarantine facility. When Judy and Tiki entered there, they found all the missing animals along with the driver, but they were in a feral state. Suddenly, the mayor entered with the doctor, talking about the animals gone feral. That they informed the public the feral state happening to the wild animals, but the mayor refused to maintain his position, and they didn't know the reason for the animals' feral behavior. During that time, Judy was recording them and reported them, leading to the arrest of the mayor. He told them that he didn't even know the reason for their feral behavior, and then during a press conference, the police chief said that they found all the missing animals and that it was Officer Judy who found them. When Judy came up to talk about the matter, she suggested that it might be related to DNA and that the feral animals were reverting to their original state for an unknown reason. When Tiki heard her, he remembered his past. He told her that he thought finally someone would believe that he wasn't evil, but it was no use. He got upset, left her, and walked away when he saw her with a pack of wolves. After a period of media coverage, the cases of ferocity increased day by day, and the herbivorous animals demanded the departure of the feral animals. Zootropolis changed. Then, Bello became the mayor and wanted Judy to become the city's spokesperson, but she refused because the discrimination she insisted on. She left the police profession and returned to selling carrots with her family, becoming unhappy. While staying there, she learned that the plant night howler is a type of flower that makes any animal that eats it turn savage, even if it was tame. Then she takes her parents' car and returns to the city to look for Nick and tell him this news and apologize to him for her stupidity. She says, "I really am a dumb bunny." So Nick records the sentence and forgives her, telling her that he will delete it after 48 hours. They start looking for the man who sold this type of flower, and it turns out he was the one who stole the onions before. When they cornered him and forced him to talk, he said he sold it to the sheep underground, and when Judy and Nick arrived to that place, they found a complete lab with flowers being processed to extract a substance used to make bullets for a gun that can turn any creature savage. So they take the evidence and escape, and after they fled and decided to hand over the evidence to the police, they found that Uncle Bellwether was congratulating them. But Judy asked her how she knew their location, and here it becomes clear that the reason behind all the animals turning savage was Bellwether the sheep to get rid of any predatory animal and keep the city for only the domestic animals. So Judy and Nick made a plan against her, recorded her confession about what she did, and the police came and arrested her. They started extracting a cure from the night howler plant, and all the animals returned to their natural state, living together in safety and peace, and Nick was appointed to the police force with Judy. Here, if we compare the movie's story to real life, we find that there are indeed many racist people who want to be the only ones on Earth, not believing that humans can live together in safety and peace, regardless of their color, religion, or any differences between them. And always we find that humans are often the root cause of the destruction of any advanced society. Thank you.